Hi, my name is Jessica Crudup, and welcome to the special edition of my storybook. Today I'm going to read this book called I, Matthew Henson. It's a good book, and I'm going to read to you. And for all this, I'm going to read the whole book, and I hope you enjoy of me reading this book. Here we go. Enjoy. To my mother, Carolyn Boston, who stood me towards the horizon. To my husband, Juan, who always believed I wished to go. To Cassie and Jeffrey, who witnessed my journey. Crossing that bridge with lessons I learned. Still going. I did not walk 40 miles from the nation's capital to Baltimore's business harbor to eyes ships from a dock. Though just 13, I yelled for a taste of the adventures that I had heard old sailors speak of, to explore the seven seas, and somehow find my calling. I did not start as Caribbean boy, climbing the race to able bodied and seamen, sail to 5 containers and learn trades and foreign chops tons to be slummed with by white crews who taught blacks were not seaworthy. I did not check this course to drift in humdrum jobs ashore. My dreams had sails. I did not take a job as a stockboard at a man's store to work my way up the ladder to clock. I yelled for wind at my back. So when a customer, a naval officer, said he needed a manservant for the embassy expedition to Nicaragua to map a canal, I signed on without a second thought. I did not sell to the tropics just to lauder shorts and cook meals. I meant to prove myself as an explorer. That chance came when the Shannon fell ill and I joined the Silver crew in the swamp jungle. I learned parry as well as I knew the ropes, and he landed on me like his right hand man. I had not earned Paris' trust to part ways and turn my back on Evancer. Next trip, he said, you have to walk like 3 men on the kite with 5 others. We sailed to Greenland, out along Lorna, the Eskimo language, and built our base camp while parallel Shannon and John to the North Pole. To go down, I will walk like a horse. I did not benefit, I did not befriend the Eskimo learning to build a sledge, handle a dog team, truck and hunt on ice, and kill a polar bear to let an Eskimo legend freeze me with fear. Coral, the devil of the north, Gauls, the ice cap. There's Commoner's one. He is not well. I told them after they danced and drummed. I played the Eskimo and sang hymns. I did not sell note with Perry again and again, though the fools in the sea, caught sharpening the ice cap, icing towards the pole, where no man had stood. for full spite to heart our mission. When ice took most of Perry's toes, I carried him back alive, Kokoro on our heels, howling in the wind. We had not braved the frozen wilderness, going miles beyond the last village, only to strive because new snow had our store of food. We tracked our hair and musk arts until the hunting was poor and we were skin and bones. Then we ate our dog's team, all but one. Cold corners, shorter in our guts. We had not survived the first cold that broke some and killed others to let our dream melt with hope, and cash ran low. While others gave up, we returned to the polar region and, guided by Eskimo, fractures and prize from the ice cap, and multinational with peril sold to rise funds. I did not explore the Arctic to sit still between warriors and with imperial plenty. I became a railroad porter and explored my own land. In the South, I met hate face to face, and in New York, I met Lucy, who loved me though I didn't have a cent. I promised her the pole as a wedding gift. Before we could marry, I had to set sail. Per- Perry and I had not sailed the Roosevelt, a new ship built to cut through icy seas, only to set out on foot from our base camp and have our path blocked by melting ice. But turn back we did, triggered by a cold caller again, back home. We both knew our next trip would be our last. I now had a wife, and we were no longer lone men. Perry had not handpicked a 7 man and time out trip, so I had the 6 month rental night to build slaves, train dogs handles, and otherless ethical guides for our last try to fail. In the long daylight of spring, 2 desert men and 130 dogs stuck out like teams in a relay, pushing across the ice to store food and supplies for the team that will go farther. We had not faced sudden storms, frozen peaks and ridges, and shifting iceberg castles to let leads, patches of open water swallowed us with a quarter ton of supplies and an alternate lane. Perry on a sled. We crossed 20 miles in as many hours, snow breaking in our faces, fingers burning with cold. We built alligators each night and Del Colorado to stop us. I had not stuck by Perry for 2 decades, sharing the same goal, on to reach a fork when our journey was on its last leg. Task completed. Team after relay team returned to base camp. In the end, Perry picked me up. Perry picked me to go all the way. Violently, he could not make it without me. Colorado would be no match for us. We had not triangulated on, rushing across the ice pack with 4 Eskimos to let faultier instruments stir was us wrong. At least they recognize to guide us north. So Jackson from the cold. Perry sent me ahead. Miles later, I stopped the sleds, whipped my frozen lances, and scanned the vast sheet of ice. I was close. Shortly, Perry arrived and we broke through the thin ice. He did a sounding, loading 9,000 feet of boat into the ocean. 6 men, one black, one white, four Eskimos have reached in the North Pole. We have found what we hunt. I say in it. I say in on it. A camera, a camera falls our feet in time, but we had not come for photos. We came to plant our flag, and Kakalo was nowhere in sight. And I'm gonna read this for this book. It's author's note. In 1866, Matthew Henson was born to sharecropper parents in Delaware, Maryland. In 1867, his family moved to Washington, D.C. to escape racism and poverty. As a boy, he had a speech by Frederick Douglass, the most famous African American leader at the time. Douglas was inspired Matthew to dream of becoming great. By 1879, Matthew had lost both of his parents, dropped out of school, and left home. He walked from Washington to Baltimore, where he found work in a restaurant. There, he listened to the old sailors' tales of the sea. Speaking adventure, 13-year-old Matthew signed on as cabin boy with the Cape Hines. He sailed to five containers, studying lectures, mathematics, and navigation with Captain Clouds. But after the captain, but after the captain died, Matthew could not find another ship. Well, crew would would dread him as a equal. This lost this larceny. He was working as a stock boy in a man's store when a chance meeting with a customer, naval officer Robert Perry, changed the course of his life. Perry aiming to be the first man to stand on the North Pole, and God Henson regularly shell, driven by a love of exploration. The two men, along with small teams of explorers, made 7 trips to the Arctic region from 1891 to 1909. Twice on the ice cap, Hansen saved Perry's life, but neither danger nor lack of funds deterred them. On April 6, 1909, Perry and Hansen stood together at the pole making history. But back home, controversy greeted the two explorers. Dr. Frederick A. Cook, who had, who had accompanied Perry and Hansen on an early trip, falsely claimed to have reached the pole in 1908. Some authorities dismissed Perry's achievement because a black man had accompanied him. Hansen gained lectures to prove that Perry was telling the truth. However, Perry responds by downplaying Hansen's role in the expedition. By the time their record-breaking feat was acknowledged, Perry and Hansen had parted ways. In the mountain, Perry died in 1920. In the years that followed, Henson, who retired from the job as a manager for the U.S. Customs Service in 1936, was honored by the Explosion Club in New York, Howard University, the Geography Scholarship of Chicago, the U.S. Congress, the U.S. Navy, Darling University, and President Dwight D. Eisenhower. Matthew Henson died in 1955. Finally, in 1988, Henson was moved to Arlington National Cemetery to be built beside Perry. In 2000, Henson was recognized with the National Geographic Scholarship Humber Medal for this distinction and exploration, discovery, and resource. That's the end of this book called I, Matthew Henson. We hope you enjoy this while I read this book for as much as I do. And I am very enjoyed. And I hope you enjoy it. And I'm glad you enjoyed. And I hope you enjoyed. Until then, I'm Joseph Crudup. Peace out and God bless. Thank you.